Hey there, it's Anthroid. This is actually the first video I don't have a script for, so hopefully I don't end up forgetting anything. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how the tutorial series is going, because I know it's been a while since I've put anything out. The most recent tutorials, those being pretty much everything after the 20th or so, were really spread out time-wise. I think the 26th tutorial, which was on music hacking, actually took about 6 months or so to get out after the 25th one. And the reason for that lies in how I create the videos, or how I decide when I want to create a video. So how I make these videos is whenever I'm ROM hacking and I'm working on a personal project, or I'm just experimenting or having fun with something, or trying something new or figuring something out, or most notably if I'm working on my own hack and I get to something that I don't know how to do, I'll learn as much as I possibly can about it, actually do it myself a few times correctly, and then I'll end up writing out the process for how I did it, and making a script and taking screenshots of every step in the process, and then recording all that, and then getting it out to you guys. So I don't just randomly pick a topic and do it. At first that's how it was, because there was a lot to talk about mapping and scripting and all that. But once it got to later topics and I wasn't exactly sure what to do, that was the process for picking what I wanted to make a tutorial on. And as you know, new things don't pop up all the time, so it caused my videos to be more and more spread out as I was kind of going along, working on my own personal projects, and I wasn't really running into anything new all the time, so when I did make the tutorials for them. Now, I don't actually do ROM hacking actively anymore. It's not really part of my leisure time anymore. I've sort of moved, it's been a while, so I've moved on to a lot of different things. I'm in the later years of my college, so I've got other stuff I'm working on and other stuff I've got to do that I enjoy much more, which is the reason why I wasn't running into any new things that I could make a tutorial on. There were a few topics that I really wanted to do, and I've really wanted to do them since the very beginning of the series a couple years ago, and one of those was music hacking. And I actually only got to that at the 26th tutorial, which was the very last one, and I definitely am satisfied with how that went. There were other topics that I really wanted to cover, and I did cover them before music hacking. I'm not going to name them off, but I did complete pretty much everything that I was passionate about showing off and that I wanted to teach everybody how to do. So those few topics were actually big motivators for me to keep going after the scripting videos, which there were a lot of those. Anyway, the update is that I do not plan on creating any more tutorials for the series. I do know in the 0th, or the first episode, that I said I was going to show off absolutely everything that went into making some of the ROM hacks, like Pokemon Flora Sky, Ruby Destiny, all of those well-regarded hacks. And I did show off a lot of it, so I sort of did hit my goal of what I wanted to do there. There were a few more things I wish I could have done, like world map editing was a big one, and then a few other small things like inserting new Pokemon. But then again, there are patches and stuff that will do that for you. And I did make a video about applying patches and all that, so you should be able to do some research, and there's loads of other material out there for learning how to do those things. If you go out and look at Poke Community or any of the other videos on YouTube, lately there have been some better ones coming out. I could have just not said anything and then just never made another tutorial again, but I definitely wanted to give you an update on how things are ending up here, and I didn't want to just leave you hanging indefinitely, sort of as I've been doing in between the latest tutorials. That doesn't mean I'm completely done posting. I'm not exactly sure when the next time I will be, if I ever decide to continue my ROM hacking stuff, but there's no guarantees on that, and I like what I've created so far, and I'm satisfied with it, so we'll see where it goes from there. But I'd really like to thank everybody for watching, and for commenting, and for subscribing, and for liking, and all that. You guys were the main reason why I kept going, especially at the beginning there. I knew it was really hard to get people to watch a new channel, especially on a sort of obscure topic like ROM hacking, but with Poke Community's help and everybody commenting and showing their support, it was definitely a big motivator for me. So I'm definitely grateful for all the support that you guys have showed me throughout the 2 years, was it? I'll flash on screen how long it was. I actually don't know the span between my first one and the last one. On that same note, I do still read all of the comments I get, and I try to respond to as many questions as possible and make sure you guys are getting things answered and you're not left hanging. I'd say about 75% of the time I do answer with a pretty clear answer to how to fix something or how to do something. But then again, if you do have any pressing questions, I advise you to go to Poke Community and ask over there. But if you do feel inclined to ask me personally, you can shoot me a message on Poke Community, because I do check there every once in a while. But most importantly, I check my YouTube comments quite often. So keep posting questions there if you have anything to say about any of the topics that I've made, or anything new that you wish you would have seen that you think maybe I might be able to answer. You can leave those in this video as sort of a lagging comment that doesn't really have a good place to go, and I'll try to answer it as best I can. And that's about everything I wanted to say. Thank you so much for being my audience, and perhaps I'll see you all again sometime soon.